VICI Properties Stock, ticker symbol VICI. This stock is down 10% year to date, underperforming the overall market big time. On the 25th of October, VICI presented quarterly reports where they reported a miss on revenue, but FFO was in line with expectations. For the upcoming earnings, analysts are very optimistic. And people love VICI stock because of multiple reasons, and one of them being the dividend. And I understand why, with dividend yield at 5.8% and a 5-year compound annual growth rate of 17%. So could this be the perfect moment to buy VICI stock? Well, I'm very excited to see what you guys think about this stock. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. My name is Thomas and this is Thomas Invest. I'm an investor looking for great stocks at great prices. So, what does VICI Properties do? VICI Properties is a real estate investment trust based in the US. It acts as an owner, acquirer and developer of real estate assets across gaming, hospitality, entertainment and leisure destinations. Their portfolio includes Caesars Palace Las Vegas, MGM Grand and the Venetian Resorts Las Vegas, three of the most iconic entertainment facilities on the Las Vegas Strip. And if we check the most recent earnings report, we see that revenue increased 20% year over year. To me, this looks really good. The net income per share increased from 0.34 to 0.55. Also looking really good. But the most important number, AFFO, increased 16.4%, which is also pretty good. For the full year, VICI updated the prior guidance. They expect slightly higher numbers, which is very good. In here we see the portfolio of VICI Properties. Caesars is by far the biggest tenant with 39% of the annualized cash rent. MGM is second with 35%, also being a big name in their portfolio. From there it decreases pretty quickly to 9% for the Venetian. I would love to see higher diversification numbers here, to be honest. VICI is a great dividend paying company with high growth numbers, especially versus other REITs. To me this looks also really good. VICI is heavily focused on the Las Vegas Strip, but they are expanding to other areas as well. And now that we know more about the company, it's time to check the fundamentals of this stock. But first, if you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you a lot for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to receive multiple analyses every week. And also join my Discord channel for free to meet other people within the community and to talk about stocks. It's completely free, so don't miss it out. Let's continue with diving into the fundamentals. VICI is a 28.95 billion market cap company. PE ratio is not a fair metric to use with REITs, so I will be using the price to FFO instead. Right now it is sitting at 12, indicating they might be undervalued. Later in this video I will show you my 3 price targets for VICI stock, so make sure to watch until the end, because price to FFO is only telling a small part of the full story here. Revenue is at 3.45 billion and in this graph we see that revenue went up in the long run. They don't have a long track record, but this looks really good to me. We see that margins are going up and down a lot, so this is something to keep your eye on. Most recently it is increasing again, which is a good thing. EPS is following the same pattern, so again this is something to keep your eye on. Analysts expect high growth in EPS in 2023, but after that growth is slowing down, they expect. For the revenue it is a pretty much the same story. It's expected to grow at insane levels in 2023, but from there it slows down. They do think in 2026 it will increase again at higher numbers. Return on assets is sitting at 3%, which is a low number, even for a REIT. Return on equity looks good, and the most important number, return on invested capital, is sitting at 4.8%, which is a low number. But it is slightly higher than the 5-year average, so that's very nice. Current ratio is at 4.22, which is a high number even for a REIT. Historically this number goes up and down big time, so keep an eye on this number as well. Right now VICI has 16 billion in debt, And I prefer companies that can pay down at least a big chunk of their total debt with the total cash. VICI has 500 million in total cash, so they can't pay down a big chunk of their total debt. This is something that I don't like. So it's very important that free cash flow is growing, since this is used to pay down debt of course, but also to buy back shares, pay dividends, and all other things. And here we see that free cash flow is going up in the long run, which is a great thing. Shares outstanding are increasing, which is very common for a REIT, since they increase shares to raise capital. When shares outstanding are decreasing, it increases your ownership in the company, increases the EPS, lowers the PE ratio, and makes it easier to maintain and increase the dividends. And since we're talking about dividends anyways, dividend yield is sitting at 5.8%, which is a great number. Annual payout is at $1.66 and payout ratio is at 66%, which is below the average for REITs. The 5-year growth rate is at almost 17.5%, which is a great number, especially for a REIT. They have been increasing the dividends for 4 years in a row. And here we see the dividends paid since 2018. It is increasing at a decent rate, so to me this looks really good. In this graph we see the expected dividends in 2023, 2024 and 2025. Of course this is an estimation and can be highly impacted by results, but it gives you a rough indication. It's expected to increase at historical levels, which is very nice. Overall these dividends look really good to me, but how about the historical returns? I decided to compare VICI stock with the overall market, in this case the S&P 500. Next to that I added IRM and EPR. On the 5-year chart we see that VICI beats the S&P 500 big time with a 103% return including dividends. IRM had the highest return while EPR is looking at a negative 14%. On the 1-year chart it looks pretty different with VICI sitting at minus 5% return. Both IRM and EPR did significantly better with a 25 to 26% return. On the 6-month chart it is again EPR and IRM beating the others in this list. VICI again reported a negative return, now it is at minus 7%. On the 1-month chart it is again VICI that is having the lowest return and EPR again reports the highest return. So bottom line, VICI beats the S&P 500 in the long run, but most recently it is really lagging behind. So could this be the perfect time to buy VICI stock? Well, let's check the 3 price targets that I created using the Everything Money software, which is one of the best tools out there. I'm using a low, mid and high assumption to get the 3 price targets, starting off with revenue growth. For the revenue growth I'm filling in 5, 6 and 7%, based on the historical performance, their own outlook, but also because of the analysis. For the profit margin I'm filling in 66, 68 and 17%. And for the free cash flow margin I'm putting in 58, 60 and 64. For the PE ratio I'm putting in 12 and for the price to free cash flow I'm putting in 14, 15 and 16. My desired annual return is 15% since I can get an easy 10% average annual return with owning an ETF. Usually I put in 12.5%, but I want to build in a higher margin of safety here. Right now VICI stock is at $28. I hit analyze and we see a lot of green numbers. And since this is a REIT I'm only focusing on the discounted cash flow value. We have a low price target of $26, which is a small drop from the current stock price. We have a mid price target of roughly $32 and we have a high price target of $36.5. To me, the mid to high price target is the most justified here, indicating that this stock is undervalued. My final conclusion on this stock is that it is a great company with a niche focus in a leisure entertainment. It doesn't have a long historical track record, but it is proving to us to be a steady and consistent company. I would love to see more diversification in the portfolio, but that will be achieved in the future I think. Dividends are looking really good and are also one of the reasons why people love this stock. The valuation starts to look interesting as well, and for now I added them to my buy list. REITs are already a big position in my portfolio, so I want to expand other stocks and industries first before opening a new position. But I can't wait to buy VICI stock in the future. And remember to always do your own research and never fully trust on what I or other YouTubers say about a stock. I'm not a financial advisor and this content is for entertaining purposes only. I hope you liked this video and it did bring some insights of the company to you. I would really appreciate a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to get notified when I'm posting a new video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video.